Okay, this is a 2024 NOBO No Boundaries 10.4. It's a 2025. It was delivered about 30 days ago from Couch RV. There's just all kinds of build issues. I've contacted warranty, I've contacted Couch. Nobody's returned my calls. As you can see here, this is a magnetic tab that holds the mosquito netting here, or the netting, the screen, whatever you want to call it, for the toy box door. Trouble is, it won't even line up on that little screw head that it's supposed to. If you can see, it pulls this way and it sags here, so you just touch it and it pops right off. So, seeing as nobody's willing to deal with me on this, I made this new piece. And you can see I've extended it. I measured that one, I extended it, and I machined in that little tab there. So I'm going to put it in here. If you'll bear with me a second. I can't really set the camera up. We can do this. Don't scream when you see my face. So what we're going to do now, also, if you notice, there's a scratch right there that came from the factory. All kinds of other issues. That was supposed to have a Thetford porta potty in here. It didn't come with that. I haven't got it. Couch says, oh, you need to deal with them and everything else. So, and they've never called me back. I've called them like 5 times. They don't seem to care. I get it, life's hard for them, I guess. Maybe if they were made to meet highway standards, it'd be a little different issue. It's supposedly Warren Buffett's favorite company. Well, here to tell you, old Warren has some issues. If this is his favorite company, he's not the Oracle. And okay, now we can turn it. There you see it in position, a new one. See how this is where it went before. So obviously it won't do that. Now it tends to hold. Seems like we got slack on both sides, maybe a little more on this side than we should. But I can only extend it so far. Again, you can see that scratch is from the factory. I'll be showing other things with this build. It's a nice little trailer. My grandkids like it, so that's the main reason I bought it. Make sure that stays up there. Hey, what do you know? Now that should have been there from the factory. The fact that the factory doesn't even evidently have a template to mark where they're drilling is just crazy. I mean, really. I manufactured for a while, and everything we did that we made more than like 5 of. You have to excuse my tooth, it got chipped at work. And everything we made, if we made more than 5 of something a year, we templated it out. It's really easy. Yeah, not here. Yeah, not here. But as you can see, it does seem a lot better now. Still a little, I don't know, maybe I'll build another one someday, but right now this seems to hold pretty good. It just, I didn't want it just popped off every time you tried to unzip it or anything, or just the wind blew, it would knock it down. All right, well, about it for this section. I've got some other ideas. We're moving. There's an issue I became aware of before it was delivered, but nobody was willing, the dealer wasn't willing to help. Not Winnebago. No Boundaries, Forrest River said tough luck. I've been told in numerous emails from Forrest River that the water tank on the NOBO 10.4, the new 10.4, which we got, was behind the axle. Behind the axle means it's towards the rear of the trailer. This has a high tongue weight. I'm going to tow it with the Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness. Well, the water tank is in front of the axle, and it adds a massive amount of water weight when you fill it, 30 gallons worth, to the trailer hitch itself. The hitch weight just staggers, goes way up. So we're going to try and deal with that. I know this has a 1-year warranty. I don't want to void it, so I can't move the tank. But I can move the battery and some other stuff. I'm going to move, we'll do the battery relocation soon. We've got all the parts. I've machined all the brackets. So fortunately I have a shop right over there. And I used to manufacture, but I don't anymore. I got tired of it. I manufactured fun houses and amusement equipment. So this is not that big of a stretch. It's just, I didn't want to get into building a trailer. Again, I built a ton of them. So I like this. It has the beast suspension and all that, which you have to buy the trailer to get the suspension. You can't just buy the suspension. But long story short, this is just step one. This is phase one. This is the first repair I've done. Hasn't voided the warranty because there's the original parts right there. Now we've got the new one up there. And like I said, you can see how it sticks a lot better now. Goes right over that little nub like it should. Well, I don't know how long it's going to be till I'm kind of new at videos. I just thought people with 10.4s and NOBOs might want to understand the build quality. I'm going to do probably this weekend if the weather's nice. It hasn't been nice. I'm in Oklahoma. I'm going to show all the build issues that this trailer has. Just finish issues, which, God, it's so simple to fix. They didn't. But Couch RV has not tried to help me in any way get the Thetford toilet that was supposed to come with it. It's porta potty. I even bought a enclosure to go outside the trailer for it. I wrote down on the shipping when it was delivered by the shipper that it was not in the trailer. It was nowhere to be found. And about it. We're going to be doing some solar. We've got a new solar system from Pecron. Again, there's some issues with that. I find issues with everything. I'm old. But the main issue is the solar panels won't stand up. If you actually think those little cloth fiber brackets they've got on portable solar panels are going to hold them in a wind, hell, if somebody sneezes or the dog farts, they're coming over, for Christ's sakes. So we're going to build brackets for those. I've looked at brackets. They're just little stands. They're just so chintzy and cheap. I can build them for cheaper than I could ever buy them. And I can make them a lot better, I think. We'll see what you think when we do it. But like I said, this is for going overlanding, but I want to be able to tow it with the Crosstrek. I know my weight capability, and I know my tongue weight, what it needs to be. And this does have a heavy tongue weight because it's a toy hauler, and they figure you're going to put a ton of stuff in the back. Well, I am going to put some stuff in the back, but it won't negate the water tank issue. And I have all the emails from Forrest River during the purchase where I don't know if I would have purchased it, probably not, if I'd have known that the water tank is not behind the axle, as stated, clearly stated, but in front of it, where it adds to the hitch weight. Even if it was over the axle where it would be a neutral factor, that'd be better. Which could have been done because this has that beast mode suspension, so there's technically no real axle. It's torsion stubs. We'll have to wait and see what happens. So until next time, color me gone.